Hello. Yeah, I didn't put any pre-set up stuff. I just wanted to stream. So um yeah, I just wanted to chat for a little bit. I felt like 2 weeks ago was a dark period. I wouldn't say dark like, oh, it's black. No, it was more like a gray, kind of like the weather. And last week I was kind of like mental. I felt like I was still recovering from that, and this week I'm doing better, way better. I felt less stress about going to work. I only get somewhat stressed, but um taking the bus just sometimes freaks me out a little. I don't know if I say freaks me out, but it's more like sometimes the commute just like gets to you sometimes. I feel like that's what drives me crazy. um yeah, I've been just doing my best, getting to work, working hard, trying to help. I felt like I've shown up to work and just not worried about things that bother me. I think I'm slowly getting used to working, I guess. I usually have more energy than this or something. I don't know. Today just felt like, I don't know, something. I just want to play Hogwarts because I want something, I guess you could say more. I just want to play because I've had a long day and kind of just want to play something relaxing to keep my mind off of it. But yeah, I've I've been through things, I guess. Sorry, I'm like noticing something and I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so last time we played this game, so last episode, uh, Rose was told we went to figure out an old case, which somehow related to book that we found and then Professor Fig took on his trip to wherever it is. I think the Headmaster Black told him to go, leaving us with figuring out what happened, going on a trip to Azkaban of all places. Yeah, we went to the most depressing place, probably the most creepiest and highly secured prison ever. And by the way, let's make a note here. The only person to have ever escaped in Harry Potter lore is Sirius Black. And this game is taken in the late 1800s. So that gives you a good idea of how long those Dementors have a very freaking effect. Because if you don't think about it, let me put a picture. Think of the most highly secured prison. Put Dementors in it, which are the embodiment of depression. And depression will suck your happiness, very life, and existence dry, making you to where you're either in a state of madness or at a state where you were depressed, you were not at your most, you're not at your strongest, you're not at your peak, which is kind of the point of being in a prison, is they don't want you to be at your peak to escape. But for some reason, Sirius managed to escape. Barely anything left. I don't know about you, but that says a lot about a character alone. And hence why you need to learn the Patronus charm. Because if you're near Dementors, oh my gosh, will they suck you dry. Anyway, moving that aside, then after our trip to Azkaban, we found out that the person we needed to talk to was revealing a cave that certain someone she was trying to well be in, that she was in love with, there. Basically, we went into this cave, we solved the puzzle, realized he left without her, leaving her to her fate. Not surprising there, honestly. But it's not the best picture, and I think the ghost version of this person understood that and realized, oh crud, I made a mistake. I need to fix this. So they led us to the dungeon place, basically this secret place that he found, which apparently was for us. We didn't realize it, but sure enough, it led us there. And apparently, we found the lost pages there. Because we traveled through that place, got to the end, finding his dead body, got the pages, realizing. Sorry. Oh, my apologies. I don't know where that sneeze came from. Basically, we just, stumbled upon where we needed to go on this quest of ours anyway. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And in the quest we looked at in the past, it said something about flying class, which means we might go on brooms, people. And this would be fun. For some reason, in my fan fiction that I'm writing, which is a blend of Minecraft YouTubers and Hogwarts put together, I've focused more on flying class because of a few characters. I didn't think it was gonna focus that in the beginning, so that's kind of interesting for me. But, it is what it is. But I do know I'm not gonna use all of the classes. Not at this current time. It really depends on where the story is going. And where my brain just says, ooh, we need to do this. And also it depends on my energy levels of writing. Sometimes I just, don't feel like doing it, and sometimes I do. Sometimes I push through it anyway because I'm stubborn. So, let's open the game and pray that it doesn't crash on us. I try my very best. I really, really do. So let's hope this works. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, good. I was afraid of that for a second. The other reason I wanted to bring this up... I'm going to save myself for this. No, game. No, do not lag out on me. Don't you dare start. About their stories. to say this message and then I'll go back to what I was saying. Oh, come on. I want to see the rest of that. Alright. The reason I wanted to play is because my mom is playing this game on the PS5 we recently just got. I won't be streaming on it because it's not mine. Okay? Let me make that abundantly clear. I only stream on my PlayStation 4 because it is mine. I'm not gonna stream on my parent on the PS5, which is not mine. Plus, it's not one of the places I stream usually. Anyway, so basically, my mom isn't. She struggles with games sometimes, so she may ask me for help. She may ask my dad. So there may be some things I can't avoid myself from. So if I have seen it, it's because I've helped my mom. I've been seeing what she's been playing through. So I'm gonna try to play this game as blind as I can, but I can't promise that it will be completely blind. That I won't be unaware of things. Okay? So, that's what I wanted to say before we get into this. And we're going to remove that mask. That's going to bother me all day. Like, it was cool and all, but I think it's time I want to see her face again. Uh-oh. We're not off to a good start. Okay. I was just gonna say, the game might be crashing a little early today. It's a little bit better. I tried to do some storaging, arrangements and stuff. It isn't easy. Not really. Okay. So, let me check something really quickly. Is there anything eating the CPU right now? No. That's good. The memory, of course, be this one. Let's get out of this one. That'll help a little bit. GPU. Of course, it'd be this one. Okay. How about CPU? Okay. Memory. Okay, sure. GPU. Okay. Alright. I think I've done the best I can in dealing with this game. Because streaming this game, as far as episode 1, is literally hard. Because the game will crash all the time. Honestly, if I have like a game like this, I will probably have to think about how much it'll eat my computer next time I do this. Alright. So, let's check the quests. That was the wrong button. I? No way, it's J. I remember. J for journal. Right. Oh, we need to learn this one. Professor Sharp wants me to test myself while under the influence of both Maxima and Endurus potions. He doesn't like me to field test a focus potion. I know to find potions and recipes. Edgy Pippin's potions. My field guide will not guide me through this assignment, but my map could still prove useful. Oh. So. Flying class or homework? I can't do Brother's Keep because it's at a very high level. I can do Carded Away or the Venomous Valor. I think I'm gonna do the assignment first. And then attend flying class. Okay. By the way, just so you guys know, the Ravenclaw common room is beautiful. Oh my gosh, it has that, like, upper class look for its time. But, again, I was watching from my mom's point of view, and my mom's free to do what she wants. We get to go to the kitchens. I know what the tickle the pear means. I love that. Oh my gosh, I get to see the kitchens. I've only seen like a bit of like concept art. Don't tell me I have to do it again. Okay, cool. Thank you. Do that. Oh my gosh. Excuse me? What in the name? This is a big kitchen. Oh my gosh, this is so big. Okay.
Here's a welcome treat. Delicious.
Okay. Before we do anything, let's take off the stinking mask first. Yeah, alright. Not in the mood. Oh, a cape? Yeah, I feel like cape today. Edna would not approve, but capes are stylish. That's ridiculous. That actually made Tyan look kind of. No, too simple. No. 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 It's either this one. I think the blue, because the blue on blue works. F. cute leprechaun gloves. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh, I love how I'm just eating everything. Oh my gosh, I'm just... Ooh, that's right.
Revelio.
Can we try it again? Oh, there's a chest over here. Come on, excuse me, but I have a... Oh my gosh, I love it, except for this part. The teal doesn't really work with the wood type here, but I'll just deal with it. Surprisingly squishy. I have no idea what the hell the flexibility is. Or like the wand length. I'm also kind of like doing a bit of world building and figuring out the wand wood's cores, like the length. I think in my version of the fanfiction, I might go by something a friend of mine once said from like the Harry Potter club back in the day. She mentioned something about how the length of the wand could probably reach farther for people that were of certain heights. So if you were shorter, you probably had a longer wand. And I think I might go by that. Or just give them whatever length I want. Which might be a mix of both. Just a little behind the scenes thinking.
Revelio.
Don't. Yeah, please don't worry. Oh, it's right here. Knew it. Heard that term before. House Elf Living Quarters. Ever practical and creative, the Hogwarts House Elves have created a cozy village-like home for themselves among the barrels in the Hogwarts kitchens. Of course, one cannot presume to know what they're really like inside, as house elves have an extraordinary magic of their own. So cute! Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
Revelio.
Oh, there we go. Where's that specific sound? Aha! I knew it! Kitchen tables. When Hogwarts house elves place prepared food on tables, it's magically transferred to the tables in the Great Hall directly above. Oh my gosh! That means that the kitchens are right above the Great Hall, which means they use a teleporting spell to teleport an object straight above. That kind of makes sense physics-wise. I'm not sure how in specifics, but it just makes sense. Okay. Remind me. I have no idea what I'm drinking. But apparently that's good. Huh? Helen Thistlewood? Wait! How come I never heard anything? I want that back. Give me back that post. Oh yeah, I have to go back to the common room to do that. That was rude. Oh wait! Maybe I don't have to. Give me. Where are you? Greetings. I'm happy to report that my sister Helen survived that sudden attack in Azkaban. She said that she does not hold a grudge against Anne. As terrible as violence was, after seeing the conditions in Azkaban anew, Helen said it's no wonder Anne's mind is so far gone. It seems he found Jack Dawn's ghost and told him about Anne. Helen wanted you to know that he has inevitably promised to work with the Ministry and Helen to see what, if anything, can be done for her. Eddie Thistlewood. Good to know. Alright. Cool. That means that they're trying to help Anne, who was the person that got imprisoned falsely. In other words, it was complicated. And Azkaban is no joke. You do not want to spend even 3, maybe 10 minutes there. You do not want to spend that much time in that prison. Oh, wait. I heard a snap.
Revelio.
Okay. I saw something. One of my Harry Potter friends. Yeah, we're like there's more than one of them, as always. And I saw a little reel or a clip about this in terms of a joke of like it being a dance party. And I see, oh my gosh, all it needs is like dun 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 dun. If you're wondering why I'm doing the coffin dance, short version is a pair of students that I look after and also teach really like the coffin dance song, dance music. Don't ask me why. I do not understand it. In terms of their age, like, I'm actually kind of glad they like music that's, you know, maybe not something I think people would. I'm kind of glad they have, like, a different taste in music at a very young age. I just think that's cool.
Here's a welcome treat. Delicious.
Ooh, what's this? What's this little thing? Oh, come on, under a lock and key. Ugh. You guys are Oh my gosh. And they love that song very, very much. So that gets stuck in my head. Like a few other kid things that sometimes just live in my head rent free.
Revelio.
I like the fact that I can go in the kitchens now. That's cute. Hello, dude. What it? Okay, cool. Just eat on the way up. Also she picked easy while I picked story because I'm more focused on story. I knew this. Where's the door? Where's the door?
Off on another adventure, are we?
Yes. No, shut up.
Revelio.
Aha! There you are. That's so. Excuse me, pardon me, got a door to open. Yes. I wonder. Wait, I can do this! Yes! I love that feature.
Incendio.
Okay. Do this. Then this. And we pretend nothing happened. Right, guys? Oh my gosh. Okay, 6. What was it? L? Yay! Alright, got this. These are notes. Arithmancy guide. Alright. So we got 6. Whatever that is. So whatever that is, so 4, 5, 6. Technically, mathematically wise, that would be a 1, which means that should be first. And I'm pretty sure I know my math because the middle is what's equal to. The best way to get in terms of like two numbers is 4 plus 2, which is 6. That means that number is 1. We need another 1. Done. 11, 5, 6. 3. We need another 3. We need to know what 3 is. Take a closer look. We just need to find 3. That's it. Oh, snakes. Or hydra. Basilisk. 3-headed basilisk. Look like snakes. We'll say hydra. It's the most realistic. Whoa. Oh. I know that sound. But, give me a sec. I got a door to open. Aha, there you are. Cool. Okay. We are so exploring this part. Alright, now... Okay. It's gotta be the 6th thing. Right, inventory. That's a 2. 4, 5, 6. Oh! Okay, so there was already a 6. And there is a needing of a 1. So I got that wrong. Okay. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We need a 5. Did I get both of them wrong? My gosh, I know I'm tired, but I am seriously off my math game today. Oh my gosh. Wrong symbol. I don't know what Hermione likes. Arithmancy. I think that's what it says. Okay. You I'm going to do later. I'm wondering if it's a statue of Merlin. Perfect.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Nice to see you too. Probably be with you in a minute. Probably get somewhere I need to be. Voila. Well, that was complicated. Ooh, what's here? Oh, right.
Lumos.
I'm just like, it is surprisingly dark in here. Then I realized, oh yeah, I can do this. Ho 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 ho. Yeah, I know there. We're fine. Alright. The spectacles we can just yeet. Okay, seriously? They're like level 16. Their defense is not great. Why? They're not even sell-worthy for me. Like, I want to free up my stuff and head somewhere where I can sell stuff. Luckily, I have to be somewhere to do that, so that... Ooh, freestanding clocks. Hold on. What did I just get? Did I just get a hat? Oh, no. It's from... Oh, but it increases defense. I'll take that. Uh-huh. Not the greatest, but I'll take what I can get. Change appearance. What's this? Freestanding clocks. Why did I get that? 100. Oh, that's why. Okay. Basically, I understand when they get to the room of requirement. Whatever pops up. For those of you that need a little reminder, the room requirement is basically a random room that will do pretty much change into any room you require. Yes. Even a bathroom. No, that is actually not a joke. It was actually something Ron mentioned in the movies and in lore, in the books, I think, where somebody mentioned it. It's kind of stupid, but at the same time funny.
Revelio.
Hogwarts Architect. Ooh, this is the Architect. Finally, I got some, basic idea of who he was. The Hogwarts Architect, shown here, surrounded by the 4 house mascots, designed and oversaw the construction of Hogwarts Castle, alongside founder Rowena Ravenclaw, who is credited with creating its ever-changing floor plan. Okay, you mean to tell me Rowena is responsible for creating basically creating the castle along with this architect? Yeah, I would bet money that was the reason why Ravenclaw Tower is her perch. Basically, she put herself up there because, my gosh, does she deserve it. I mean, there is so much in this castle. So much. And I haven't even scratched the surface. Sorry if I'm moving around here, but... Finally. Yeah, my computer said, I'm hungry, charge me. Yeah, if I was designing this beautiful, loving castle with very much such explicit design, ever-changing floor plans, the infinity staircase, the changing staircases, I don't know if I ever saw those. Maybe on another building or something. Or it may have changed over time. Not sure. But that is impressive. And it makes so much sense for me. Because Gryffindors have a different place. Slytherins are in the dungeons. I don't know if that was like part of the design Rowena put. Like, she probably hated him so much she put him down there along with anyone associating with him. Or if he asked for that. So there were two ideas. So Rowena could have been a jerk and been like, I don't like you. You go down in the basement. You go down in the dungeons where you belong, bitch. While the other part of the argument could be, Slytherin just asked for it. I mean, I can imagine him being a distant guy. He had a bit of ideals that didn't suit everybody. As far as Hufflepuff was concerned, I can imagine her loving food so much she wanted to probably be in charge of the hospitality. In other words, she wanted to be near the kitchens, I would bet. I'm not sure if they were all there. By this statue, it sounds like they were. So I'm guessing Hufflepuff, Helga was just like, Rowena, darling, you need somebody who knows about food. I know about food. I would like my house to be near the kitchen so I can observe and I can help them with the cooking. I mean, seriously, Helga loved food. Would you blame her to put her house near the kitchens of all places? Just saying. Ooh. Oh my gosh. This. I'm sorry, this beats like the first iteration of the hourglass, the points being kept from the movies. Like, this beats what you see in the parks. This beats what you see in the movies. This is how you design with respect. Look at this. It's beautiful. It's so majestic. Let's take a look. Not surprised Gryffindor has... Well... It's... Grandioso design. Our house here... Look at it. It has a nature. It's like fall. It's beautiful. Ravenclaw's sophisticated like a peacock, showing off their feathers. This just says power and demands respect. Honestly. There's barely anything going in Gryffindor. Oh my gosh, that is such a classic. Why are you gonna do Gryffindor dirty like that? Why are you gonna do it like that? House Point hourglasses. These large ornate hourglasses containing rubies, diamonds, sapphires, and emeralds. Rubies for Gryffindor. Diamonds for Ravenclaw. No. Let's see. Rubies for Gryffindor, emeralds for Slytherin, sapphires for Ravenclaw, and diamonds for Hufflepuff? Shine bright like a diamond. I mean, we're all thinking it. But we get diamonds? I'm flattered. Like, I love the fact that we get diamonds. Diamonds are not easy to get. So, nice. Okay. Containing rubies, diamonds, sapphires, and emeralds are enchanted to keep count of the house points for Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin respectively. That must be some complicated magic that I do not know about, and I probably don't want to give myself a headache for.
Casey has a brand new game. Just beware the open flame.
Nice and warm.
Whoa.
Oh, such fun.
Don't think I didn't see that, Knight. I didn't know you were humming. I could hear it. I'm watching you. Whoa.
What are you up to now?
Something called Exploring the Castle.
Revelio.
This is such a big place. It's over here. Oh, we got another. We got another door. We got another door. We got another door. 24. I need a closer look. I think that one. Okay. Yep. Many heads. Let's see. Many heads. 9. Okay, so 7, 9, 16, 4, 7. So, we need 7. Okay, so what we need is to know what 7 is. Oh, ghost. Ghost face? Wasn't that one of those bent aliens? I think it was Ghost face. I don't see it on here. Did I do my math wrong? Okay. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh, 8. Sorry, you guys are gonna be really annoyed at me going back and forth. Oh, spider! Duh. Bingo. Alright. Next. 11, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's a 0. 14. We need a 3. And 3s, I think we're. That's a 2. 0, 1, 2, 3. that one works. Oh my gosh. I love the fact that I go in and it's not the same all the time. It's different. Ooh. Loosen House Emblem Scarf. Cool.
Revelio.
Oh. Why isn't, like, the modern day version of Hogwarts, in terms of, like, Harry Potter's time, why isn't the table like this? It makes the most sense. You have the most space, and you get to the sort of ceremony right here.
Revelio.
Owl Lectern. This enchanted lectern serves as a spot from which the great headmistresses and headmasters of Hogwarts, as well as Professor Black, address the school. They're like headmistresses, headmasters, and then Black. Like, he doesn't deserve it. It's like the game knows. And they just give him the sass anyway. It's like, why the sass? Okay. I think we've done a lot of exploring. More than we have of getting things done. So we need to go to Hogsmeade and get some potions. Wait, hold on a minute. Okay. Game just decided to lag out for a bit. Come on. Okay. That's the Endurance potion. And Mr. Molecular. Maximum focus. Invisibility potion. Mandrake? Where? Huh, interesting. Oh, right nearby flying class. Oh, no, we're not. My brain just decided to lie. Okay. We're gonna go to Hogsmeade first. What's going on over here? Potions right there, so we'll teleport to West. Oh, I might just do the potions assignment, then flying class, and that's it. Because we already did the exploring part of the title of the stream. Not really intentionally, I just got curious and sidetracked. Oh, there's the potions, there's the potion store.
Come on in. Healing potions are a speciality here, should you need any. What can I do for you today?
Potion recipes. I got 2,000. But first, let's do some selling, shall we? Let's see. Let's go at the bottom. 14. You cannot upgrade. But once we cannot upgrade, we are going to sell first. No upgrades applied. Okay, that one you're gonna go. I'm sorry. Whoa. I'm just a glasses person, so I'm pretty okay with selling them. I'm gonna keep these. The extraordinary are going to be. You're going. Bye bye. 17. I can live without you. Okay. Cool. Awesome. I need you.
A wise decision. Thank you.
Maximum potion. I think I already have the stuff for Endurus. Then I wonder, do we have the ingredients to make other potions? But those are... That's a focus potion. Thunder Brew, Endurus, Visibility, Maximum. Maybe just make one of our
I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
own. Acquire and use. Acquire. Use them simultaneously. Alright. Let's go back to Hogwarts. And... Lower Grand Staircase, Courtyard, Ravenclaw, Trophy Room, Grand Staircase. What's this? Sorry, I'm kind of zoning out a little bit. Alright. Now, think. Oh. I don't think sharp in mind if we use our potions station to make potions of our own. We already have an Endurance potion. We just need... Oh, we got plenty. Oh my gosh! So this is what happens when you explore. Cool. Since we got about like 19 seconds, we'll see how many. We'll need to make one of each. I want to make another Endurance potion just to be safe. I want to make him focus. Focus, Endurance, and Maximum. So we have an Endurance potion, we have a Maxima potion. Now we just need to make the focus one. Just is to drink our spell cores. That's cool. And we need to be in a dangerous situation where we drink. I probably need to step. Maybe I could use that side quest as a good way to get my assignment in a dangerous situation. This is kind of cool. If it was lasting like longer, like say 30 minutes, I would have definitely come back here later. Cool. Okay. Here's egg for that one. Can make more wiggling potions. Don't really need those. I do want to have more of this on. I love the fact that I just bought a recipe and just said, you know what, I'm gonna make my own potions instead of buying more potions. Realistically, I would have just bought the potions to save on time. But also, saving on money means making your own stuff. It's so much better. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Revelio.
Alright. So let's see. Let's take a look at that quest. Or that assignment, shall we? Wants me to test myself while under the influence of both Maxima and Endurance potion. He also like me to field test a focus potion. I know to find potions and recipes. If God will not guide me this assignment, my map will still prove useful. Basically, do this one. So. World map. Oh, wow. Well, I'm sure I'll come across something. We can use the potions. Because, yeah, that's gonna be a pain. And then we get to flying. While I'm basically tired. I want to get there as much of the game as possible today. My plan next month, which is coming up tomorrow.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
I can actually.
Revelio. After what Ranrock did to that goblin banker at Gringotts, I shouldn't be surprised at what happened to Orn. Revelio.
Oh, hello. Oh, yes. Much better. Alright. Ooh, I like that one. Okay, cool. Let's change something a bit. Nah. It's not the greatest, but it'll work at some point. The only reason why we're putting the mask on is that we're going to a goblin place. And the last thing we need. What's that? Oh. Apprentices. Okay. I'm gonna go to gear. Whoa. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, no. Actually, that doesn't look half bad. Let's see. We need a different, Yeah, there we go. That should add a bit of something. Yeah, this is a look. But at night, probably not. Nope. Yeah, this is actually really good. I just need to change these. There we go. That's perfect. Doing a few things here. Cool. I think I'm just going to go with this bit because I am about fading out. Normally I'd be talking around this bit, but I just can't right now. I'm tired.
Past the ruins. I'm on the right track.
Oh, sweet. Alright. What's this? Potion.
told you're a deadly great spider.
Yes! That counted! Ooh! That's why you do your homework, people. Now, since it's on the way, we're just gonna keep this on hand because it increases damage. And we're
An encampment. This must be it. Lumos.
I think I can just do this.
Looks as if there's more than one way to enter.
Oh, there's the direct approach. And then there's this.
Arn will regret not joining us. If he doesn't come round now, he'll be made even more of an example.
Should have killed that traitor Arm when we took his cards.
Could it be a Merlin trial?
Is somebody there? Up for a bit of dying, are we? Ah! Well, this doesn't hurt. What's the point of this exactly? Release me! You don't believe you can defeat me? No!
I will make you pay.
What in the name of Merlin?
You are there.
Such arrogance.
That's what I wanted.
I shall avenge your death.
Come on.
Ranrock won't be stopped.
I know. But I can try. Come on! Hit me!
You will suffer.
Yeah, I'm trying to get your attention, dumbass.
To that.
Oh yeah. Alright.
I won't rest. You're dead.
Until I'm what? Dead?
You are terribly outmatched. Surely you can see that.
Let me think.
Prepare.
Up for a bit of dying, are we?
That was meant for me.
Yeah, I kind of wanted a fair fight, you know. Oh, wait.
Ranrock won't be stopping.
What? Annoying.
Who do you think you are?
You won't get away with
The
that.
worst nightmare? A student that will kick your ass.
Why have you not run away? Intend to die, do you? I shall avenge your death. That was pitiful.
Really?
Are you quite finished?
Oh, I think I need to lift that.
What do you have in store for me this time? Lumos.
There's one more. Hurry.
Do it. Aha! There you are.
Levioso. Accio.
Okay. You wanna go? Let's go.
Leviosa.
I'll get you for that.
That was quite something. Now, to Freon's carts. Revelio.
Oh, wait. I know. Perfect spot for this.
Incendio.
Okay. Let's try this
Repair.
one. Okay.
Revelio.
Why reveal this? Oh, it's part of the thing, isn't it? What's here? There's something in there.
Levioso.
Oh.
Revelio.
Oh.
I know a Merlin trial when I see one. Wait. Revelio.
Okay. There's one over here. There it is.
Revelio. Levioso. Accio. Reparo. Incendio. Revelio. Revelio.
Yeah, just let me go near the fire and get myself burned, why don't I? I'm trying to figure out this puzzle. Wait.
Revelio.
I forget how the challenges go. Wait. No.
Levioso.
So I'm at a certain range of the spells. Yes. What? I don't know.
Levioso. Expelliarmus.
Cool.
Quite an enchantment. The carts are returning to Arn.
At least you got the main quest done. Or the main side quest.
Revelio.
Oh. You mean to tell me I could have saved myself a whole bunch of headache if I just did this part? Okay. Bludgers, I think. Whoa. Okay, so we need to find those. Got it.
Revelio.
That's going to be interesting. This looks like something.
Incendio.
Really hoping that will work. Okay, now I'm curious. I can't use it anymore. So I'm right. Okay, that's suspicious. Whoa.
Lumos. Revelio.
Oh.
Lumos.
Oh. I knew it had something to do with the moles. Okay. How many of them?
Revelio.
There's one right there. It's the only one I can see.
Revelio.
There they are.
Incendio. These Merlin trials won't get the best of me.
Really love to know what these challenges are about, or what these trials are about. That would be really helpful.
Revelio.
Alright. Let's finish up with that quest. That's been up there for a while. Kinda glad I used it for an assignment. because that would have been a headache. I didn't want to just waste my resources. I wanted to make use of it. That's nice. Probably could have put this on normal when I would have probably had a challenge. But you know what? I want the story. And I'm a story-focused kind of person. Whoa! What is that? What's going on here? Are they kites? Oh my gosh, they're kites! How cute!
If you're here for my wares, I'm afraid I still don't have my carts.
The carts should be returning.
On, I have good news. Your carts are on their way back.
I don't know what to say. Any hope I have of getting my belongings back was quickly fading. Ramrock's lot called me a fool for believing in the good in wizard kind. Thank you for proving them wrong.
No problem. It's what I do. Yeah, this is me.
I managed to free your carts fairly easily.
Oh, I'm glad you're all right. Oh, I can't wait to have my things back, especially my paints. You know, you've inspired me. I've been dealing with witches and wizards for years, and we've always got along just fine. Perhaps my next piece will be a tribute to all that is good between us.
Here, here. We're all for that.
What a nice idea, On. I wish you luck with it.
Oh, I can't wait to get started. Thank you again for all you've done. All the best to you. Once my carts arrive, I'd be happy to show you my wares.
Sure. Cool. Okay, I gotta check out what this is about. I love that. That's like a little physics thing. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. Oh, man, I should name this Let's Go Fly a Kite Up to the Highest An endless story up in the atmosphere of where it is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite. I forget the rest of the song. Let's go something like that. Yes, I am a very...
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Why? Because you're walking by here? Alright. We're gonna go back to Hogwarts. Okay. And attend potions. Nope. Novelist communicates quad yarn. Wait. Dang it. That's not what I wanted to do. No worries. I can just zip somewhere else. But also, I need to work on the quest. I think that gave me some energy back. Oh, oh no! I was just thinking, oh, this is going so well, and then it just crashes. Honestly, there should be a compilation of how many times this has crashed. Of course. You know what? We're just making this a regular bit, you know? But hey, on the bright side, it actually ran well. There was a few laggy issues. It started off laggy, and there was some lag here and there, but it actually ran well, so we're getting close. I'm getting really close. Just gotta make sure you guys can see. Okay, cool. You guys can see, which is great for me. Cool. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Official soundtrack and Hogwarts Legacy study themes from the official soundtrack on most major music streaming platforms. One moment. That means I do this. Yes. Yes. Oh hell yes! I'm going to sleep with this music tonight. And like, okay, it's fine. Okay, good, good. You're a good game. You're a good game. You're fine. You're fabulous. You're doing so well. You're doing great. Aha! So it's all the way here. Cool. Man.
I should investigate.
Investigate what? A fancy cave? On the map? Or this question mark?
Revelio.
What's this? A little grave for a hippogriff? That's so sad. Sure, I said something right.
Revelio.
Hello, sir. Okay. Good talk. Yes. Routine inspection. Yes, yes, yes. Cape. Yes, cape. And money. Yes, we like money.
Revelio.
Groundskeeper's tools. One might surmise that this set of tools could be enchanted to create all sorts of furnishings for a cozy hut, as large as the occupant may need. Huh. This is like Hagrid's home. Whoa, okay. That kind of felt like real life a little bit.
Revelio.
Wrong button. This is quite obvious of a puzzle. Alright. There we go. I think it needs a little change.
Incendio.
That was a little easy.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Wrong spell.
Lumos.
Watch me get overconfident. I probably am. Maybe nothing. Right. I don't know what happened over there. Ooh, what's this? Ooh. Wait, what? Hold on a second. I earned something? Alright, more furniture stuff. Okay. Got it. Oh, we got another robe. Yes. My gosh, was that annoying. Ooh, yes. Alright, let's see if we can make an outfit around this. This looks cool. Don't get me wrong, that outfit is fine, but we need something a bit more blending to the colors. No. No, doesn't work at all. No to blue. Are we trying to kill my eyes here? That actually works! Weirdly enough, it really works. Okay. Now we need to change this one to a touch of green. And you have plenty of green hats. like this one. Nope. You know what? The other one looked a little bit better. Yes. No. That mask just does not work, I swear. You know what? It's better without it. Yes. I love it when your inventory slots are
Revelio. Lumos.
I really gotta head to potions. This one. Oh, that's divination. Yep, we're gonna take another potions class. Then flying lessons. Then call it a day. Call it a night, technically, but whatever. Hello.
That was it. Half a bottle of flabbergasted leech, stirred clockwise.
Making potions must be a really difficult thing. Oh. Oh, is that the potions we were already doing for the assignment? That was cool. Do I leave? Oh, wait. Return to Professor Sharp. Yeah, thought so.
How are your assignments coming along?
Good.
I completed your assignments, Professor.
Good. You should be ready to learn Depulso. Let's see what you can do.
Ooh.
Concentrate. Do not let your mind wander.
Dream of it. Alright, so we got space, click, F. Great. So, know what we're doing. Okay, not bad. It could be worse. Okay.
You've got it now. If you'd like to practice, and I think you should, perhaps best not to go flinging your classmates about the halls. I suggest having a go at the enchanted books here.
Cool. Depulso. Okay. I have an idea. Put this here. Put you here. Put you here. And here. Basically, we have you, and you as a combo. Okay, let's try the last one. Hold on. Yeah. What if we just made... Okay. We have all of them. I just like these. So we can put this here, that over there. That way it feels a little bit more accurate. And this is just our connotation. Okay. Wait.
Revelio.
Professor Sharp's Ore Badge. Ores compromise the Ministry's magical law enforcement and protect the wizarding world from all sorts of threats, particularly those posed by dark magic. The Ore Badge belongs to Professor Sharp. Duh, what do you expect? Okay. Now, do this.
Well done. I'm glad to see that you seem staunchly determined to master your spellcasting.
Yes. By the way...
Still at it, I see. Well, repetition can be an excellent teacher.
Okay. Okay, cool. Is there any potions I can make before I leave? That... I can make more of these, which definitely will be handy in the future. I want to make two bottles, so we're gonna make another one after this one. I'm starting to like using potions. I didn't really think of myself as a potions person, but I think now that I have my hands down and I'm kind of in the shoes of a student, I kind of understand the uses of it, and I think it doesn't get enough attention as it should. maybe I should go for all of these on the table. The plants. That's all the plants I can nurture. That might be for next episode. Let's see. Right? Yeah. Come on, Tiny. Sorry, I had to write something down as a little reminder to myself. Alright. Let's check. That we can't do. That I'm not really in the mood for, but it does have a... That'll be for next one. Go to flying class. What's in the collections? What do I have? Oh. Then we look at the map. The West Tower is about the closest one I have active at the moment.
Revelio.
Tasks I've given you, and then meet me in my classroom to learn Defindo, the severing charm. It's typically used to cut an object, but can be a powerful weapon when needed.
Excuse me? All I did was just use Revelio. What the heck? An invisibility potion, use a thunder brew. Okay, looks like next episode we're also gonna be making a trip to the potions store again. Actually, yeah. Get invis potion and thunder brew. Go to Pippins. Cool.
Revelio.
No, 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 no. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, this might be a sign to save him. No. Please. Please. Pretty please. Dang it! Don't tell me I have to go through backtrack all that progress again. Second time tonight. Second time. Alright, let's see how much we have to backtrack. That's not a bad look, actually. And they're out the gate. Yeah. I expected that. So many references. I've only played 12 hours of gameplay? I've only played through half of a day? That's so not like me. Think.
Complete the tasks I've given you, and then meet me in my classroom to learn Defindo, the severing charm. It's typically used to cut an object, but can be a powerful weapon when needed.
Wish I had a potion
Thank
to
you,
remind
sure.
myself to do my homework.
I think transfiguration is the hardest subject.
Actually, I'm gonna go back to whoa.
Desperately need
I've
to
always
improve my
said
charm.
that travel broadens the mind.
Whoa. That is some serious lag. Whoa. Game, keep up.
Hogwarts survives the reign of this headmaster.
Revelio.
I didn't even realize that was a thing.
If someone gets struck by a cursed broom, we do hope it's you.
Well, that's not
That
very
young'un's
nice.
now a teacher herself. It's a wonder she's not gobbled up by her own fanged geranium.
Okay, okay. Figure it out. Thank you. Whoa. Yeah, for exploring all kinds of lag today. Grand Central. And we're going this way. Then this way. I saw that. Got caught red-handed. Caught in 4K, gentlemen. Or ladies, or whatever you are. You got caught in 4K. Knights. Can't fool me. You can't fool me. Whoa.
Revelio.
So weird. Ooh.
Anyone been into Albie Weeks' shop lately? I'm always looking for an excuse to go to sleep, even if I can't afford a new broom.
Wooden cat. The wooden statue bears a likeness of the Magardon. Fearless feline, mouse hunter, and devoted study companion. Aww.
Madam Green had everything from Disney seeds to shrivels. Just be careful not to upset her, though, or she might set a venomous tentacular on you.
My parents were thrilled to hear that Black was being put in charge. Our families have been friends for centuries.
I wish the headmaster would retire. Let Professor Weasley take over for him.
It's about
Incendio!
What was that for?
And stop all these disgusting
Sorry?
Professor Black was terrible before he decided to cancel Quidditch. That decision was the icing on the cauldron cake, if you ask me.
If only Black had the power to choose the other professors too, then we could get rid of Muggleborns like garlic.
Ooh, a very example of different ideologies that we do not talk about, ladies and gentlemen.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented...
Revelio.
Whoa. What's in here? Nothing. Got it.
So many letters arrive every day, and none of them is ever for me.
My little brother sends me letters chock full of time.
Three Sisters Bells. The Three Sister Bells are said to be a tribute to three similarly named beautiful, steep, rigid, and ridges that rise majestically over a glen in Argyllshire. Sorry, I probably butchered that. It is rumored that one can hear them ring in the glen, way across the Highlands. When they are rung in the castle, locals have been baffled by the mysterious ringing for years.
Merlin help us when he starts here next year.
I used to write to my parents every week. Now I can't remember.
Revelio.
Broken broom. This broken broom belongs to Serene Whartonaby, and is rumored to be all that remains after she insisted on demonstrating her experimental lunar apparition charm to fellow third years. No one knows if she succeeded. Alright. Whoa! What are those?
Revelio.
Who do you think will fall from their broom?
Revelio.
Everybody grab a broom, and we shall get started. Mr. Clopton, your attention, please.
Sorry, Madam Kagawa.
Everyone, please welcome a new student to our flying class.
Hello.
The goal of today is to remind all of you how to maneuver on a broomstick safely, as broom flight is, first and foremost, a means of transportation. This, I fear, some of you have forgotten. Diving, rolling, and loop-the-loops will not be taught or in fact tolerated in this class. We'll leave that to professional Quidditch players, like the Toyohashi Tengu. Not a fan, I take it? Now, let's see how well everyone kept up with their practice over the summer holidays. For those who need a refresher, step up to your broom, say up firmly and clearly, then kick your leg over and rest your weight on the seat.
Okay. At least do something more than the usual.
Thank you. Now, your turn.
Okay, that's new.
Up, you stupid ratty school broom!
Up.
That's cool.
One leg over, so there's a leg on each side. None of that side saddle nonsense. A gust of wind will throw you right off.
No acting ladylike in this class. I got a weird feeling.
And if you hear my whistle while you're in flight, ground yourself at once.
Okay. Okay.
Good. Now, for your first lesson, fly through each ring in the courtyard. Do take care. The brooms are school property. I want them returned in one piece.
Okay. Oh, that's disarmed. Spaces. Okay.
Wish I had my own broom. I think I'm getting the hang of this.
Well done. Now that you're acclimatized to your broom, let's see how well you manage with a more advanced exercise, shall we?
Oh. A challenge? Bring it.
This next set of rings will take you around the grounds for more of a challenge.
Okay. Hold shift. Faster forward flight. Okay. Okay. No, we're going up.
What have you?
Hello! Nice day for a flight!
Oh.
Ah, the old boathouse. Wish you could have experienced crossing the lake as a first year.
Whoa, okay. Thankfully this isn't timed. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Gonna go up a little bit. Then toggle the speed back on. Going up. Alright. Then we go down. Okay. Okay. I swear, it's gonna be like, oh, you did so well! I'm like, yeah, I barely went through these rings, people. Let's not confuse things here. I ain't no expert. I am still getting the hang of a broom. Are you kidding me? Okay.
Good, I've got this.
Why do you think so? Okay.
Whoa! Our aquatic resident likes to make an appearance once in a while.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing. Oh my gosh. Too bad Quidditch isn't a thing right now. Man, this would have been awesome!
Brilliant. This is rather fun.
That was
I don't even care if this is laggy.
Have a moment. I say, I watched you fly through those rings. You seem to handle yourself on that dusty school broom well enough. I'd imagine you're ready for something a bit more challenging. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We haven't properly met. I'm Everett Clopton. Am I right in suspecting that a Hufflepuff like you might be interested in some high-flying fun?
Okay, if it gives me more practice on a broom, sure, why not?
Can't say no to that. What did you have in mind?
A bit of a detour, so to speak. Follow me.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
The tour is about to begin. Follow closely now. Right now, we're flying over the Transfiguration Courtyard. Lovely as ever.
Right.
Let's hope the headmaster isn't having tea by the window today.
Whoa, okay. Got it.
Nice to get above it all, isn't it?
If you say so.
Ahead of the gardens, the Hufflepuff common room windows just peek out. Bit claustrophobic for my taste.
Yeah.
How is Everett flying so quickly?
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm barely
Here's something
keeping...
handy to know. Lean forward for a burst of speed. Helpful if you need to escape a tricky situation.
Now that's more like it.
You sure you're not part hippogriff?
Okay. Whoa, okay. Go down. No! Phew! That was close. Okay, so... Alright, cool.
There's the famous bridge. Think of all the magic holding it up. I mean, look at it. And the owlery. That's a bit of solid architecture, isn't it?
Flying tips and a jaunt around Hogwarts. This is quite the tour, Everett.
I mean, sorry, but F the speed. I'm going for speed boost. Hey, get your old butt back here this instant. Oh, of course not. Looks like we're going through this. Of course not. You know what? We're going up. Okay. Fine. Up on my own way there. Can't enter Wild Mountain. How am I supposed to catch up to him if you keep pulling this on me? Okay. I can't seem to get through this. Am I stuck? Am I glitched? Don't tell me I'm glitched. No, get up! Okay, down. Okay, stop! We're just gonna wait for him right here. Eventually he comes back. We're going to wait. I am very bad with the broom right now. Then how do I get out? I'm very annoyed. Maybe the gear will tell me to get off. You're kidding me.
Dismount here.
Oh my gosh.
And where have you two been?
Oh, hello, Professor. We were trying to get a bit of extra practice in.
Hefty points will be taken from each of you for not following my instructions. Mr. Clopton, I'm disappointed in you. You're in this class because you're still not showing yourself, or frankly, your broom the proper respect.
But, Professor...
Enough! Class is finished for the day. As for you, you do well to use better judgment in the future. Chin up. That was some rather good flying.
I regret nothing. I regret nothing.
Sorry about that business with Kagawa, but you have to admit, those views were worth it.
Yeah, we'll practice figuring out how the heck the broom works. Yeah, that's literally
It was worth losing a few house points for that detour.
You seem at home on a broom. Bet if you had a fancy model, you could fly laps around Imelda. She's Kagawa's favorite. I could show her a thing or two if I had my own broom. Hate having to return the school broom after class.
Perhaps I'll have to purchase a broom then.
If you can, you should. Wish I could. I recommend visiting Albie Weeks at Spintwitches in Hogsmeade. He's always looking to test new models. I'll keep an eye out for you in the sky.
See, you're in Ravenclaw, you meet him earlier. So that's nice to know.
If I had to pick one shop,
If I could afford the new Bright Spark broom at Spintwitches, I'd be on it now.
Spintwitches has opened in Hogsmeade. All the latest brooms, I hear. Not that I need one. The broom I have at home is the latest model.
Venture. How did you fare? If you're keen for some illicit spell practice, meet me outside the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. I know a discreet place near there.
Sebastian.
Good day to you. I require assistance with a delivery and thought you might be interested. Please visit me at J. Pippin's Potions if you'd like to earn a few coins.
Ooh.
Please meet me in the 7th floor corridor as soon as you can. I have an idea for somewhere you can focus on your studies, away from prying eyes and distractions.
Oh? Is that the room of requirement I'm hearing? My gosh, there's so much. Oh, that's sad. I want to know what this is. I really do. Okay. Interesting. It's a side quest. Oh, heck yeah. Ooh, and clothing? Shadows in the Undercroft. Confrigo. Hold on a sec. Let me look that up. Confrigo. To cause an explosion. Okay. It's not one of the 3 deadly curses. We're good. Basically, if it's a deadly curse, one of the 3 deadly curses, I would have been sus. But it is not. Because I thought he was either giving me the Confucius or the, there's the Imperious. Basically mind control. Or basically controlling a person against their will. The Killing Curse, Avada Kedavra, and Curcio. Okay, so yeah. So that one, and this one will be next time. Conjuring spell. In Benasco, Conjuring Spellcraft. Cool. Isn't Benasco one of the charms Snape uses in the 3rd book? Fascinating. Yeah. So, next time, it will either be a filler episode, or we will probably make this episode 8 and just go to town. I wonder what I should call the next episode. I'll think about it. But we should go to map. We're gonna head back to the fireplace. Or maybe to our common room. To our room. Probably our dorm. Yeah, our dorm. Because that's realistic to me right now. Not sure about Rose. I haven't really thought too much. I love that I'm just grabbing food. Such a beautiful place. Owned by an owl, I think. Oh wow. That was purely by guess. I have not forgotten about our library adventure. How did you fare? If you're keen for some illicit spell practice, meet me outside the defense against the Hogwarts classroom. I know a discreet place near there. Interesting. Flight test. Oh, I didn't know. That was an actual purchase of broom? Oh. We might make that a filler episode if we're not in the mood for story. Oh, yes. Imaginary mask. Okay, elections. Let's see. Alright. I have one. What's the core one? Ooh, that looks good. Basic impact, reduce spell cooldowns. I can live with what I have right now. Honestly, I think I'm going to do Revelio Mastery. That's going to be super important because I use Revelio so much. Okay, I haven't put anything here because I refuse to use any of those spells. used to be a master of any of them. Enduring curse? No, thank you. Slowing curse? No, thank you. Curse you. No. None of these. Disarming curse? Okay, fine. Stunning curse. That's fine. Blood curse? Oh, cursed targets. Heck no. Knockback curse. Okay, that's better. That's fine. Bombarda. Is that the Confunda charm or whatever it was? Descend you. Striking? Convengna. Packs of fiery bolts that seek enemies' targets. Oh! That's kind of handy, actually. Something to look into. Okay. At least no one's giving me a handy spell. Alright, what should I assign to for right now? No. That one, actually. Doing a little bit of delivery. Wait. Come on, serve me some tea. Come on, make the tea, please. Okay, time to save. Alright, let's bring you guys in. I am so tired. Yep. Oh, it's nearly it's only 2 hours and 49 minutes. Gonna be 50. Nearly 3 hours. That's not bad. I think my total is 5? 5 or 6. Probably 5, knowing me. But yeah. I'm gonna relax, get some sleep. Probably go straight to bed afterwards. I will be streaming tomorrow, probably sometime in the evening for Dead by Daylight. I do not know if I will be streaming another episode or a filler episode. Or a filler, one of those filler episodes for Hogwarts. So be on the lookout for tomorrow's stream, whatever it will turn out to be. So see you guys then. This is me, signing off. Alright. You know what? Peace.